going on, Internet? And love you coming at you from JD's NerdVerse. This is JD. We're going to dive into this today. Today, we are playing through Pokemon Blue as Pidgey, the dirty little bird himself. So, before I get into the details of this playthrough, please like, share, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. You get videos like this all the time as I play through all 151 of the Pokemon in Generation 1. So, Pidgey. What can I say about Pidgey? If you actually look at Pidgey, doesn't have horrible stats, honestly. There's some benefits to Pidgey, and I'm going to go over the benefits real quick. The first thing is, as you notice, I'm already level 7, and I'm 50 seconds into this video. So Pidgey's part of the fast level up group. It's a level up group where you don't need a lot of experience to level up. Now, here's the downside to that is you don't usually do a lot of damage. You don't have, like, you don't do a lot of damage or anything like that. So that's kind of the trade-off to being Pidgey, is you have good stats, you just don't have anything great on your stats. When you get the Pidgeot, you get a good speed, and Pidgeotto kind of has a good speed, and your attack kind of goes up, I guess. That's not bad. But overall, you just don't have any stellar stats. There's nothing that stands out that is like your ace, basically. Your ace stat that is the one stat you can rely on to get you the game. So that's upside to Pidgey. Levels up pretty well. Levels up pretty fast. There's a lot of downsides to Pidgey. So first off, its level up move pool is not very good. You do get agility, you do get wing attack and quick attack. That does help you out in this game. Gust, it's not horrible early, and the reason why it's not horrible early, you face a lot of bug types. So a lot of your fights will be one-hit knockouts. So it's not the worst. It could be a lot worse than that. But really, the problem is your overall move pool via TMs. Nothing on here is very exciting. Nothing stands out. Nothing really is going to help you all too much. It's not listed on here. You can also get Fly, which is an HM. So you can get Fly, and Fly can help you in a playthrough. It's probably your more consistent moves, honestly. It's just not a stellar, super effective, powerful move. You just don't have one of those. Sky Attack is, but you can still get attacked while you're doing Sky Attack. It's not like Fly. I'd rather do Fly, because Fly you can't get attacked while you're doing it. Sky Attack is way more powerful. But yeah, like I said, we're 4 minutes in. I think we're about to get to level 10 here in a second. So with Pidgey, basically, to get through Brock's Gym, you basically got to get evolved to Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto's stats really boost everything you can to get through Brock pretty consistently. If you watched my last video where I played through as Beedrill, I basically learned that, see what kind of moves and what kind of stats are going to equal for each Pokemon, and see if you just got to grind to get to a certain point, do that to get past Brock. You're not going to get past them otherwise. You're going to waste time early, and it's going to really, I don't want to say kill the run, but it's going to affect the run pretty heavily. So we're playing through a lot of the early battles in this game. The early battles are very easy. Like I said, you're a bird, and you're fighting a lot of bug-type Pokemon. I'm really curious to see how Spearow does in this playthrough. So now you learn Quick Attack. So the Quick Attack, you can pretty much go fight your rival. You're like 4 levels higher than all of them. He's got a Pidgey. Your Pidgey's gonna outspeed, and it's gonna. I don't know if it gets the Sand Attack in. And of course, you always gotta get one Sand Attack in. And one more. And one more. And we're just gonna. I hate Pidgey. I've grown the. It was okay as a playthrough, but single playthrough, Pidgey's very limited. You're gonna realize that in this playthrough. There's no part of the game where you're extremely in control. Like you're extremely you're just like a powerhouse pound through everything, other than maybe early because you're facing a lot of bug type trainers. But there's really nothing you're super effective against. So now we're gonna face the junior trainer in Brock's Gym. I don't think we're even close to the level we need to be to fight this guy, but here we go. So Diglett, yeah, Quick Attack. Diglett will pretty much always be a 2-hit knockout unless you have a very weak Pokemon. And, of course, Sandshrew and his Sand Attack, of course. I think I almost lost this one, I think. Because, no, I didn't. Okay, so there were some very close calls in this game. Very close calls. So early, you just got to level up to Pidgeotto. Once you get the Pidgeotto, Brock is pretty simple. We're at 18 minutes. This is 6 minutes faster than... well, I'll finish off the fight, and then we'll tell you exactly how much it is. So if you're looking at our total runs, so with Charizard, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, all of them were around like 12 minutes, around like 8 to 12 minutes. Both the Butterfree and Beedrill were past this, so this is pretty not bad. We ain't got the win yet, so just give it a second. But it's not horrible when it comes to playthroughs. When it comes to how long it takes to get to the first gym, there are some trainers that there's some playthroughs I'm gonna have. Well, I'm gonna try to get that first gym, and it is just going to be brutal getting through that first gym. But it is what it is, and we get through. We're still fighting Onix. We outspeed Onix, so we make it so he can barely hit us. That's what we want to do. Bide. I don't think Bide would actually hit us, but we just keep doing sand attacks as necessary. And really, Onix can't do much. Onix and Geodude are just so bad. Brock's Onix and Geodude. I'm pretty. There are some situations where Onix, not Onix. I don't think Onix is a good Pokemon. Steelix is a way better Pokemon than Onix ever was. But there's just some situations where you can probably have a Geodude and it will help you. But in this situation, nah. So it's a grind. A lot of big battles like this are grinds. But you grind, you get through, and right under the 20-minute mark, we get past Brock. So that's good. It's faster than a couple other runs. It's slower than a couple others. So about middle of the pack there. So really just got to gauge where the rest of the game goes from here. So on route, I don't know what route this is. I think it's route 1 or something. We're over leveled. We're level 18. We're a second stage Pokemon, so we have way better speed than everything we're facing. But it's crazy that we're 8 levels higher and we still don't have a knockout. We can't just get one hit knockouts consistently. It's really weird to me. And it's not like other playthroughs. Other playthroughs that I've noticed is you basically get to a point and then your game opens up. This is not the case with Pidgey. What I learned about with Pidgey is you don't have like the open up, what I call like the game where a game busts open, you all of a sudden have 3 or 4 moves that you can be super effective with. You just don't have that in this one. You don't have that with Pidgey. Pidgey will get level up moves. He'll get Razor Wind, woohoo. You'll get Double Edge, woohoo. And then near the end, you'll get Sky Attack or Fly. Or you get Fly right around when you can get Double Edge, and then you can get Sky Attack a little bit later. That's pretty much it. And you don't have that sense of relief when you get to a certain point in the game and you get that extra move. I did a playthrough. I actually just finished filming the playthrough, not editing it. Rattata, and you will see the exact opposite with Rattata. Rattata, as the game progresses, you just progressively can get more and more stuff that you can kind of put in your pocket, so to speak, or use later because you have such a vast move pool compared to Pidgey. But I mean, we are level 20, and we're getting through some of these trainers pretty handily. There's not a lot of competition. Like the problem is just getting through them, and then later you just don't level. The thing I noticed with Pidgey is as much as you are in the fast level up group, you're not leveling up fast enough to be over leveled high enough to compensate for your lack of stats and abilities and moves. So that's probably the biggest issue with Pidgey is Pidgey doesn't have moves that grow with you well, or you don't grow into some good moves. Like for example, Charizard goes from Ember and grows into Flamethrower. Okay, Venusaur grows from Vine Whip to Razor Leaf and then even Solar Beam if he wants. Blastoise goes from Bubble to Water Gun to Bubble Beam, but you don't grow into that. But Hydro Cannon or Hydro Pump. So that's kind of the trade-off you're getting with Pidgey. You're missing out on a lot of those, I don't want to say opportunities, but there's a lot of the things in the game that will usually open up a game for most Pokemon. You're not getting that in your playthrough with Pidgey. So you got to get higher leveled. You got to get a little bit lucky. But like I said, we're looking at some battles. You're probably like, oh, you're crazy. Dude, I'm 11 levels higher than this guy, and it's not a one-hit knockout. Okay? 11 levels higher, and I'm not getting a one-hit knockout. That did half damage, and I'm 11 levels higher. It's insane how little damage Pidgey does. Or Pidgeotto. I'm actually not Pidgey, it's Pidgeotto. And I've watched some playthroughs. I've watched a couple other YouTubers play through, just kind of do a little scouting of what I can expect. And they pretty much came across the same issues I had. And some of them played through as just Pidgey. And they had just as big issues as I had. So we're fighting Misty's gym. Misty's gym ain't going to be able to do much to us. I mean, we're water, or we're flying, they're water. There's not like a resistance there, but there's not a super effectiveness on their part. And the fact that I'm way higher level than a bunch of them right now is just going to compensate for that. Like, I think, like, Goldine doesn't get anything done to me. Yeah, okay, she does, actually, because she gets me confused. This scared me for a minute. I remember this now. This scared me for a minute. I'm like, oh, can I literally lose to a Goldine? So now we fight our rival. And our rival is... Apparently it's just hanging on for... Okay, there we go. I'm just taking forever to click through, I guess. Our rival is kind of a pushover. He has Pidgeotto, but we have Pidgeotto as well, but we're 6 levels higher. And he does one sand attack. I hate sand. God, I hate that move. I really do. And Abra's a one-hit knockout. I think Rattata is a close to a one-hit knockout or is a one-hit knockout. That stupid sand attack. I swear to God. Hate it. So Rattata puts up a good fight. And I'm going to say, I really enjoyed the Rattata playthrough. You'll be seeing that in a couple days. So our rival he can't match us right now. We're over-leveled. We had to be over-leveled to get through the first gym, and we've just stayed over-leveled since. And we're still over-leveled, and I think the next couple battles are still going to be over-leveled. And it's crazy here, too, because Pidgey, whatever you want to call it, is normal type, but it cannot learn Body Slam. It does not make sense to me. Every Pokemon, pretty much except for like Ghastly, should probably be able to learn Body Slam. That has a physical mass that could throw at somebody should be able to learn Body Slam. It doesn't make sense to me. But so these trainers are not bad. You have a good. Okay, so I'll mention another good part about Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto, the moves you do have a lot of power points for, except for Sky Attack. So you do have a decent amount of power points. So you can go these prolonged length of time away from the Poke Center, and you don't have to go back and heal all the time. It also helps you have potions. Another Rattata. We're 11 levels higher, and we're starting to finally get some knockouts. I'm pretty sure this one's not a knockout. Bird trumps snake. That's how it works. Bird trumps snake. So there's a couple playthroughs coming up that I'm going to be really, really curious about, but also concerned about. And I'll kind of just talk about those. While I'm waiting for me and myself to beat the Nugget Bridge. So yeah, give me 1 second. All right. I'm sorry I'm not talking as much right now. There really wasn't a lot to talk about in this run. It's more like a summary. So so you're hearing about a lot of the struggles. There wasn't a lot of like I'm winning these battles, but I don't feel like I'm 11 levels higher than them. In this one I do. But when I played through, I wasn't. We're at 33 minutes and 34 minutes right now. And I feel like it was took forever to get to that point. Now, here comes the tough part of this game. I have a lot of hikers I need to fight. And I chose this one because I'm trying to get an elixir. But we have a lot of hikers we got to fight. And luckily this guy has a Machop so that we can get a lot of damage. Watch how little damage this does to a Geodude when we're levels higher. Normal type moves and flying type moves do not affect them. There's a part in the game where we gotta go through Rock Tunnel, and it is just brutal. So right now we're at Pidgey. Pidgey's Pokemon number 16. Pidgeotto 17, Pidgeotto's 18. The next Pokemon we have is Rattata. Now I will be honest, I've already played through the Rattata, and I was very pleased with it. You'll see it. I'm very excited to play through the Spearow. Spearow is probably my favorite bird-type Pokemon in Gen 1, so that one's going to be exciting to me, and I think he has some advantages over Pidgeotto. And when I do that video, I'll go into more depth on that. Ekans. I'm not overly thrilled to do Ekans. I've never played through as Ekans or Arbok, so I am curious what they have available to them. Pikachu. Pikachu's, I mean, as soon as you get through the first gym, you're fine. because you have to be such a high level to get through the first gym. And I'll stop here for a second, and we'll talk about Misty. So Misty's not going to be that hard of a battle, honestly, because she doesn't have anything super effective. You're 10 levels higher. So like her water gun did like 9 damage. It's not that much. So as long as we can like outlast and just do a little bit more damage than her, and we're just gonna sand attack her into Oblivion. Gust actually doesn't do too bad. I'm actually very surprised at how much Gust did in this fight. But like I said, we are 7 levels higher. We should. So the Misty's rarely ever a difficulty. As long as you level up a little bit before you get the Misty, you should be fine with most playthroughs unless you have a fire type Pokemon or a rock type Pokemon. So now we fight all these Pidgeys. This girl can be very trolly because she has 3 Pidgeys, and if one of them gets off a sand attack, they're all going to get off a sand attack, and they're going to make your life a living hell trying to get through them. This next person's not very hard. I think it's a Spearow and a Raticate. Not bad. I mean, we're 13 levels higher. It should be a one-hit knockout, and we don't even knock out the Raticate in one hit. When we get soon a move called Wing Attack, and I think we get a level 30. The thing I posted is wrong. I don't feel like going back and changing it, but the thing I posted is wrong. I don't know where I'm getting these from. I get them right from like one of the Pokepedia things. Maybe it's just not in Generation 1 it learns these, or maybe it's just if you just have Pidgey, it learns it earlier. I don't know. It's possible. There are some Pokemon like that where if you don't evolve, then they will learn moves super early. If you don't evolve Squirtle, for example, you will learn Hydro Pump at like I think it's in the 30s. I think it's honestly in War Turtle it's in the 40s, and I think you have to be level like 50 or something to get Hydro Pump. In the game. So now we are over leveled. We're a level higher. A lot of levels higher than our rival. So now we're gonna fight I think it's our 4th rival fight. And I'm just holding us in suspense. And okay, there we go. Goob. His name was Goob, by the way. I haven't been naming him. I named him actually a pretty cool name. My rival. Goob wants to fight Pidgeotto. Alright, sand attack, of course. That dirty little bird gets off. It's not so much Pidgeotto that's bad, or Pidgeot. It's Gary's Pidgeot, or your rival's Pidgeot. And I think I'm just going slow here for dramatic effect. And is War Turtle a one hit? Nope, it's not. But they also can't do any damage to us. I don't get how Gary or your rival also wouldn't have access to Bubble Beam. So now we're gonna fight Lieutenant Surge's gym. This one was risky. I was very concerned about this. I thought I might have to double back and do this because obviously he's electric. Pikachu. One hit knockout Raichu. This is the question here. How? Oh my God, that was a big hit. So now I'm doing Sand Attack to try to avoid him from hitting me, and I do Quick Attacks. If Lieutenant Surge was just a little bit smarter, he would have beat me, and I'd have to go back. I wanted to reset, but I had to go like get healed. So now here comes the fun part, where we got to face a bunch of hikers with a bunch of Rock type Pokemon. And I think we get through some of these battles by the skin of our teeth. So we got lucky there. Somehow our defense has gotten a little bit better. It's not great, but I think it's just because what I think it is was just such a high level that it's just so much health points compared to what it should be if we're at the same level. So. And here comes another hiker, and I'm taking a drink of my drink while this is happening. And I think my strategy here was to do sand attacks so that he couldn't actually hit me with, he did, but I tanked it. I tanked it like a boss. So this is what I mean, where I get by on the skin of my... If I was not over-leveled here, I would have been knocked out probably twice his last 2 battles. But it's a simple fact that I'm way over-leveled, and it's the only thing giving me a chance right now in these battles. As you notice, I'm not going back to heal because I'm not running out of power points, so that's a good thing. And he has so this Geodude or this hiker has a bunch of these guys that can all self-destruct. So there's half my health. Having fly in this instant would be great, because if you have fly or dig, you can fly up, avoid getting attacked. They can explode, and you basically walk away unscathed. So we get through Rock Tunnel. I guess I didn't film myself leaving Rock Tunnel. We get through Rock Tunnel, and now we're heading to where the game should open up. But we do actually can get a nice move, two nice moves coming up here. One of those nice moves is Fly. In hindsight, I probably should have got Swift, but I didn't get Swift in this one. In hindsight, I probably should have got it. Would have helped a little bit. So now I decide, you know what? I'm just going to go take on Erica's gym because I don't have a lot of options here. If I go fight Giovanni, he's ground type, and I don't really have anything super effective against him. So I decided to go take on Erica, just get the experience. This will give me a little bit higher level. So now we are a one-hit knockout across the board for most of the Pokemon in here. So that's why I do that. And I've kind of like I've had a couple playthroughs where like if I just fought a couple more trainers and gyms, I'd be like a level or two higher. I'm not going to talk too much about my Rattata. Rattata was on pace to be the fastest Pokemon by far I've played through. And I may play through again and fight those extra battles that I avoided. Because after playing through, I realized that all I needed was like another level or two, and it would have been superb. So now we get Pidgeot. Pidgeot's, way higher stats. Should help us the rest of the way, but we don't have anything else that increases our stats the rest of the way. That's the thing. Our health is okay. Everything's okay, and speed is great. That's pretty much what it is. And attack's not very high either. So that's kind of how you can describe Pidgeot's stats. And actually, these aren't accurate stats to Gen 1. So I get them off of a certain website because I like the website. It's very thorough. But honestly, these are not accurate stats. And the reason why they're not the most accurate stats because in Gen 1, your special was both your special defense and special attack. So you subtract 70 off of Pidgeot's, and he's barely out of 400 for a third stage Pokemon. And then if you look at Pidgeotto, you should subtract 50 off of that because your special is combined for both of those in Gen 1. So now we're fighting Erica, sorry. And now Tangela is never a one-hit knockout, never is, but we get the two-hit, we get the Toko, and Mega Drain. It's not going to do anything to us. It's an easy gym. I should have fought the other couple trainers in here. Might have been helpful. So now here's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So if you don't know, I nicknamed these guys Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They are Brock's little slack or Giovanni's slackies, and they're not very good. But Fly does very well to them. It should. I'm 15 levels higher. It's crazy that probably the best move Pidgeot, any of them learn is any flying Pokemon are legitimately. And I haven't played through any others yet, so there might be better moves that like Spearow gets, or even actually Dugtrio or whatever his name is. I think learns Tri Attack. So I think Tri Attack's actually pretty solid because it's electric, fire, and ice. So I'm actually a little curious about that one when I play through. That's gonna be a fun one to play through as. So we get the Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they're giving me problems. Like I'm almost 20 levels higher than both of them, and I'm still taking a significant amount of damage. Got to heal up, and I don't have anything to heal. So go back here and heal. Dun, 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 dun. Good news is we know exactly how to get there. Well, as a kid, I never knew this. And I thought maybe I can go that way, and I can't, so I got an extra battle in here, which isn't the worst. So I'll keep talking about this. So after Pikachu's going to be good as soon as I get past Brock's gym. He's going to light up everything, I promise you. I'm pretty confident Pikachu's going to do everything. I've watched some playthroughs of Pikachu. Just the first gym is what the issue is. Once you get past that first gym, it's smooth. It's pretty smooth sailing. You're over leveled. You take on Missy's gym. You're gonna beat Lieutenant Surge. Sandshrew, I'm curious. I've never played through Sandshrew. I've never used them on my team ever. So I'm very curious about him. Nidoran male and female is one I'm very curious about too, because Nidoran male and female have such broad move pools. Clefairy, Clefable, same with them. Vulpix, I'm very curious. Now, all right, we'll go back to the Giovanni fight. So we should be saving it right here. And boom goes Dynamite. Okay, so Wing Attack doesn't do nothing. So we're like, oh, I thought to myself, great. So now what can we do? Let's see what Fly does. Fly does a little bit better. Do Fly again, have him waste his turns, and we miss. Good job. So Fly is like roughly what, a 5-hit knockout. So not great. None of these moves are great. Fly again. We'll see if anything goes better against Rhyhorn. Good. I think it's only because we're 15 levels higher. I don't think it's because it's a super effective move. So Kangaskhan should be a smidge different because Kangaskhan's normal type. There we go. So it's tough, and luckily Giovanni's Pokemon really do suck. Like Rhyhorn is not very good. But we get the Silph Scope and we go take on rival number 5. Or as J-Rose says, rival 5. I'm not going to call him that consistently. I just wanted to give a shout out to J-Rose. J-Rose is, I'll get to that in a minute. Pidgeotto. Or Pidgeot versus Pidgeotto. Pidgeot wins every time. Better stats, better speed, better everything, higher level. And now Growlithe. Growlithe should be a one-hit, honestly. And for some reason we can't hit Squat. There we go. Execute should be a one-hit as well. Did that Pidgeotto get off a sand attack? I must have missed that. Because we are having some really garbage actors here right now. Knockout, Kadabra. Just got to get a hit. Once we get a hit, we're good. And War Turtle. One hit knockout. So perfect. So we get through. This rival battle is probably the easiest one in the game consistently. I very rarely have ever had issues with this battle. I'm sure there is a Pokemon I'm going to have issues with in the future. But at this moment, this is not. So we get to Marowak. We beat Marowak pretty handily. Like right now, we're just really high level. That's really what's helping us right now. Is we're level 41 and everything else is still in the 20s. And not even like the high 20s. Now I'm putting myself, past me is putting future me in suspense right now. So now we're taking on these 3 idiots in here. Sorry, just stretching. Good news is none of them are really that big like a competition, so that's a good thing. They're not really big competition or anything. It's just tedious. It's just you gotta get through it. You gotta fight them. I'm taking a drink of my drink real quick. So the next real move we have available to us that we really look forward to is Agility. Agility, if you don't know, is a move that initiates the Badge Boost glitch. It's the only move that we get that does that. So what the Badge Boost glitch is, if you don't know what it is, I still am not great at explaining it. But basically, in Gen 1, you get little badges from every gym leader, and those badges boost your stats by 12.5. So when you actually use a move that boosts your stats, it boosts all your stats by 12.5. So it gives them boost to all of your stats. Now, I don't usually do this, but I'm fighting this karate gym leader or whatever it is. The karate expert, whatever you want to call them. Just because I need the extra experience points. Like I said, we have to compensate for something. We don't have extra, like any other playthrough. Here's the thing, any other playthrough, you could easily get a move or get a move or two, and it's going to compensate you for some things. Okay, some on Pokemon like it might be a type disadvantage, but you can have a move that can counter that. Pidgey does not have that luxury. You don't have the luxury of being able to go and find a move that is going to compensate for all your deficiencies as a Pokemon. That's kind of the downside to Pidgey. The entire Pidgey line has that issue where there's a very narrow, one of the most narrow move pools I think we've seen yet. The only one I can think of maybe that was more narrow than this is Bulbasaur, but at least Bulbasaur could learn Body Slam. But a lot of these, like, everyone can learn. Everyone can learn Substitute. Everyone can learn Rest. Everyone pretty much can learn Swift. Everyone learns Bide. Everyone learns Reflect. Everyone learns Double Team, Mimic, Rage, Toxic. Yeah, Takedown and Double Edge. Everyone can learn those. There's nothing here that's special. Sky Attack, woo. I don't like Sky Attack. I used it, and I regretted it after I got it, but I didn't have a lot of options late in the game. There's just not a lot of things you can do. So we're facing the karate gym leader thing. Don't know why you just don't get a gym. That's why it's not treated like a normal gym. I don't know why that is. But now we get agility. Agility is going to help a lot because agility will help initiate the badge boost glitch. And I don't know why I got rid of quick attack. I should have got rid of sand attack. I rarely ever use sand attack. So I didn't pick the Pokemon. So now we go back and fight Koga's gym. I'm pretty sure I lost. If I went there, I probably lost Koga a few times. So I think I cut that out of this. Which I don't know if I did it because I lost or because I thought I'd lose. Regardless, now we're at level, much higher level. I think we needed to get to I think we needed to get agility to win this battle. Is what it was. I think I got very close, and then what's his name kept exploding, and that's why we kept losing. I'm pretty confident that's what it is. Now I'm thinking back. And now we're poisoned. Oh joy. So, yeah, we gotta get this battle with Muck, and almost done. This is where quick attack would have been nice. Make sure I don't take any more damage. I should have got rid of sand attack. I regret that decision. But it is what it is. Once the playthrough's done, I can't go back and undo stuff. So. Alright, so I flew up and it exploded, so thank God. Okay, so that's how we get through that gym. So a little bit of luck. Now we're facing our rival, and I'm pretty confident we lost our rival at least once or twice too. It just these fights weren't like there's some playthroughs where I have, and past me likes to put my future me in suspense. If you don't know, when I play these, I'm actually watching YouTube a lot. When I'm actually filming them when I'm playing through. So sometimes I am caught and enamored with what I'm watching on the TV screen while I'm playing this. So we have agility. We're setting it up so that we can run through this team without much issue. And I think we still have issue, honestly. Okay, so finally get Pidgeot. We lose 52 hit points in the process. Growlithe is not a one hit, so I think we just decide Fly is going to have to be the move for everything. Fly again, I think. I would do Fly again if I was me right now. Okay, that's a good one. Alakazam, Fly, yep, one hit knockout. And the question is Blastoise. Now, Blastoise has a very high defense, so I don't know if Fly's going to be a one hit. But he also doesn't have a lot of great moves, so it's a knockout. So we get to level 47. We're not even level 47. We have 3 gym leaders left. We have Sabrina, we have Blaine, and we also have Giovanni. We have this fight and then another Giovanni fight. So now we're setting up agility to give us a chance against these guys. So the good news is he does change up his team a little bit, and he has like Nidorino, Nidoqueen. And the reason why that's good because they are not exactly rock type. They're more ground, and they're actually, well, Nidorino is normal, I think it's normal poison. And Nidoqueen is ground poison. So this is a little bit better. So we knock out Kangaskhan, and we hold ourselves in suspense. And we still have high enough stats because of the badge boost. I don't think we level up in the middle of this battle, or we level up right before the last Pokemon, possibly. It's one of the two. And then I run out of Fly. Awesome. And I'm pretty sure I have one major Pokemon left of his. And we don't have our best move. We only have Wing Attack. And we get the knockout, get to level 48. Yeah, we're a very high level for the with only having the second Giovanni fight done. So now here we are. We're fighting Blaine. Blaine has all fire type. There's nothing. He doesn't have a super effectiveness, but he also has like the greatest Pokemon ever to set up against. All he has is like Takedown and Ember, and neither one of them are very good. So agility. We use Double Edge to see what it does. I think we use Fly to see what it does too. Fly's a knockout. I think Rapidash is a one hit. I don't think that Arcanine is a one hit. Yeah, it's a 2 hit. Okay. And fly. I should have just done double edge again and take the damage. That's stupid on my part, but it is what it is. You live, you learn. And you get the knockout. Blaine's never hard because he never uses smart moves. Never. He's like one of the dumbest trainers ever. So we get through here. Going to fight Sabrina. Going to fight Sabrina. Chandlers are tricky with bird Pokemon because you don't have... somehow flying type hurts Ghost, but normal type doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. So we get here, and I think I'm just over leveled enough that I'm able to outspeed and get the job done. I think that's what it is, but I just don't. I'm not confident in this. If you look at if you were in the room with me, I'm just like I was not confident in anything with this Pokemon. So great. I love it when the gym leaders oblige to something that helps me out in the moment, like doing recover on the first move before you ever taken damage is amazing. It's an amazing strategy, I will say. So we do a great job of getting through them. I don't think Alakazam is a one-hit. He is a one-hit. Well, double edge, yeah, obviously. Double edge is a great move. So we beat Sabrina. And I hold myself in suspense again. And... Alright, so we get TM46, doesn't do anything. So now we're moving on, and we're facing the world's worst. Yeah, I don't know why I recorded this. I thought I would have cut this out. But I guess we're going here to get, either going here to get Dig, or we're going here to get this, there we go. We're getting a rare candy, okay. So again, I will reiterate two things first off. First, I'm going to reiterate that a couple YouTubers I like to watch, I like to give them shout outs. I enjoy the channels. I hope you enjoy the channels. So one of them is Scott's Thoughts. He actually reached out to me on Twitter, gave me some pointers, which I really appreciate. It just makes me want to watch his movies even more now. I drive an hour and a half to work every day, and I like to listen to these playthroughs. So it's just something I do, but one of his videos are some I go out of my way to watch now, more often than not. And then also J Rose is another one. My Dry Bread is another one as well. J Rose's has probably been my favorite, honestly, because his explanations of the game, things like that. He has way different rules than I do when I do playthroughs, but, to each their own. Everyone's going to watch his content for one kind of playthrough. Scott's Thoughts is a more thorough playthrough with going through different scenarios and how can we optimize the run. I like that. But in my runs, I put the timer on, and I gotta be in a problem-solving mentality from the get-go. You can't sit here and keep spinning your wheels because your time's going to add up. It's going to add up. I'm probably going to have like a handful that when I'm done every Pokemon, I'm going to have a few that, like, you know what? I think this run could have been better. Let's try to optimize these runs and see if we can lower the speed or lower the time, I should say. So I think it's a possibility. I think it's going to happen with some. So Pidgeot. Here we go. Agility, setting up agility. I'm very confident I lost this battle a couple times, and I really don't know why I didn't cut out the whole flying to get the rare candy. And I'm paused. And I'm probably just thinking about my strategy here. I think I lose a Giovanni like 2 or 3 times here. And it's not because Giovanni's just that much better. It's just that there's not a lot to do here. There's not much I can do. I can fly or I can wing attack. And against ground type, neither a rock type and ground type, there's not a lot that does, honestly. Unless you're Doug Trio. Doug Trio is I like Doug Trio. It's like the greatest glass cannon ever. Can really do some damage. Also can not touch you as well. Okay, I must not have lost to... maybe I might not want to speak too soon. And he gets me here. He does. He gets me here. Yep. Alright, so reset back to right next to Giovanni. And let's try that again. It's just like you just can't do enough damage, and you constantly have to take damage back. That's the problem with Pidgey, is you don't do enough damage, and you're constantly having to take damage too. So if you were more tanky, it'd be okay. That's like I was just talking about Doug Trio. I played through Doug Trio before in a different playthrough, in a different like YouTube channel. Doug Trio is the greatest example of a glass cannon. He has a lot of knockout ability. He really does. But he cannot take hits. But that's because, and that's why his knockout ability is so great and it's so, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like necessary, I guess might be the best word, or so, it's so important because of his knockout ability. Pidgey doesn't have great defense, doesn't have great knockout ability. The only thing it really has is great speed. So that's really the only thing you really got going for you is fantastic speed. Now we do realize Fly is just a better attack altogether. Hopefully we just stick with Fly. Nope. Okay, so maybe Double Edge will knock out Nidoking as well. That's good. Okay. Now the question is Rhydon. Rhydon usually doesn't do a lot of damage, but he can do a lot of damage. So that's kind of the tricky part. Stomp can do enough damage that over time it can get you. Now it also doesn't help that we're not poisoned and we get stomped right before we're about to knock him out. Great job. So now that's 2 losses to Giovanni. I don't think I've lost to Giovanni once in any playthrough prior to this one, and now I've lost to him 2 times in a row. That's a lie. I did lose to him against Beedrill. That's because I had no, I didn't have all my health. I didn't have any No, it was Butterfree. It wasn't Beedrill. It was Butterfree. Because I had like a third of my health, and I got knocked out by Kangaskhan. And then that's when I decided I was going to run around and do other things rather than just go right back and beat him. So, it is what it is. So now here's the 3rd attempt. Now, as you're noticing, there's just not a lot I can do. So you're going to see this. I'm going to try. Agility is a move I'm going to keep trying to use, and it's just not going to do enough. If I want to get through this playthrough with this Pokemon, I basically come to the conclusion that the move set that I have is just not going to cut it. Sky Attack is one that I want to go to because it's such higher damage. But also in the same breath, I need to find another way to avoid getting hit. So you're going to see this in a little bit, my solution to that problem. So I was explaining a little earlier what kind of playthroughs I like to see. And I am so close to being knocked out right now. So close to being knocked out. And do I get by in the skin of my teeth? I do. I get by barely beating Giovanni. Now, right before this battle, I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second. Right before this battle, I always do this. I use all my rare candies except for like 2 or 3 just to make this battle run smoother. It's in the game that you can use rare candies. So I'm like, what's the best time to use it? The first rival fight, what could be a huge hurdle for you is the first rival fight. Or the 6th rival fight, I guess what it is. 6th or 7th? I don't know. But it's a big rival fight, and I need as much experience as I can get because the rival fight can be very tough. So keep that in mind. And I saved the other rare candy so I don't level up in the middle of battle against the Elite Four. So I give it to them right before the certain battles when I know I'm going to need a little more help. So, Goob, JD, what a surprise to see you. Then he talks super fast. All right, so let's get this battle started. I'm pretty sure we should start out with agility. Boost our stats. Boost one more time. I think that should do it. And then wing attack does a little about 40%. It's not quite a half. Well, the second one I guess it gets a crit. Maybe it was half. So now we Pidgeot, and now we're moving on to Rhyhorn. Again, we're having the amazing, great stats against rock-type Pokemon. It's awesome. But anyway, use Fly. We don't take. The good news is we haven't taken a lot of damage to this point. That could be very bad if we took some damage. But the good news is the rest of his Pokemon don't really do much damage to you. Execute, wing attack should be a 1-hit. Yeah, it's a 1-hit. So I'm not too overly concerned about our rival. Our rival is not a concern to me personally. By the way, I didn't choose Blastoise for any real reason. I just clicked on. I think I just took over Bulbasaur. I think. No, I took over Charmander. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna get to the Elite Four. Now here's where we hit a brick wall, known as Lorelei. So Lorelei is a brick wall right now because we don't have anything that could be effective against her. And maybe it's like a pseudo workaround, like pseudo indirect like weakness. But we really don't have anything great that goes against Ice type. And I think Ice type has some kind of advantage over Flying type in Gen 1. I really do. Like, look how much we're fighting here. We barely get through this battle, and we barely beat Dugong. Dugong is the first freaking Pokemon. So, yeah, and Sky Attack sucks. If you didn't know, Sky Attack is horrible. Sky Attack is horrible because you cannot attack. You can be attacked while you're preparing for this. It's not like Fly. Fly, you can fly up. You can avoid getting hit. Okay, 100%. You can avoid that. You cannot avoid that in this one. You cannot avoid getting hit by Sky Attack. It is the most annoying thing. It is dumb. I mean, it is a very powerful move, and you're getting it for a reason. It comes with a cost, and that the cost is low power points, which is one thing. And the second cost is, and now we lose again, so there's 2 fights. I don't know if I show all of them, but I do lose to her a lot. And I don't remember. So at some point, I realized, like, you know what, I got to be able to avoid hits. So I have agility, which initiates the Badge Boost glitch. At some point, I decided to go a different route with this. I wonder if it's going to be this battle. Okay, so I've added Double Team. And the reason why I added Double Team is because I got to be able to set up my moves and not be able to take some damage and be able and then be able to deal some damage. It basically... Double Team helps you because you basically can avoid getting hits while you're initiating the Badge Boost and just setting up. You can avoid getting hit while you're setting up. It's basically what it is. And our moveset right now is not great. Agility is a very good move, and Double Team, both of them do their part. But what it really does help you with is your evasiveness. It helps with your ability to avoid getting hit by the opposition. That's the only reason that a move is helpful. And that's why a lot of people honestly don't like it. And I've seen other playthroughs where people they talk about why they avoid it. It's a good move, and it's a move that I use out of desperation. It's a move that I personally use out of desperation. So as you notice here, the time has stopped. Now I do notice that. I'm aware of that. After a point, I did notice that the time was not running. It was not showing. This run, if I had to pick my hardest playthrough, honestly, this one's probably my hardest playthrough. And at some point, I realized the clock wasn't running. There we go. So, yeah. All right, there we go. So whatever happens here, add a couple minutes to it. So Sky Attack, I go to re-add it in place of Double Edge. And I think the reason why I do this, or I get Wing Attack. Wow, that is bold. That is bold. Why would I don't know. Should have just got Swift. That might have been the better option, but it is what it is. Use PP ups on Sky Attack. I think with Double Team, I can avoid getting tacked while I set this move up. And that was my strategy. And let's see what happens with this strategy. So this is like my 5th or 6th attempt at Lorelei. She has been trolly. Yeah, been very trolly. Has not been the most successful run. It's been a very frustrating run. And she still hits a Double Team. Or she still hits an Aurora Beam. So it's not a for sure thing. That's the nicest way I can put it. So now we're down to 8 health. And Fly doesn't do squat. Fly doesn't do squat again. And, yep, we get knocked out again. So this strategy is not working either. It's not a strategy that works well with Lorelei. You don't have any variety. You have to just basically be high enough level where it does enough, or you have to completely avoid getting hit. That's why I opted to go with Double Team. Double Team can at least give you the option to not get hit, which will give you the option to actually get a knockout or whatever. So in this instance, I decided just, Wing Attack. There we go. Cloyster. The question here is with Cloyster is what will work. Wing Attack doesn't do squat. Fly. I don't think Fly does much either. Double Edge does a lot. It's just the problem is, and as long as we don't miss, we should knock him out. Now and then the rest of the the rest of this is just gonna be difficult. Now, luckily, Slowbro doesn't really do much. Slowbro does Amnesia or Water Gun. Not really a lot in between. Sometimes Growl. Um, and yeah, it's a grind. If you get by Lorelei, you have a chance to beat this. But Lorelei is Lorelei or Lorelei. I don't know which one it is. But this is the one that's like tricky. And then Jinx is pretty easy. And then we finally get to the first time we got to Lapras. Let's see what happens when we get to Lapras. And Blizzard knocks us right out. Awesome. So you got to imagine how I'm feeling right now. I got to imagine how I'm feeling. This has been frustrating, and you can't even get past the first gym leader. I did a playthrough. I'll take an example of how frustrating this was. I did a playthrough on another channel I used to do back about a year ago. And I played through with only Pokemon that you can get in Generation 1 or Generation... I think I played on Generation 3. I played on Fire Red. You can't catch any Pokemon. You have to use Pokemon given to you, that you won, that you bought, that you stole, whatever. And there's another knockout. Awesome. So at some point, I really don't want to go grind. I really didn't want to go grind. But at some point, it may be a necessity. At some point, I know I get like a decent run in, and I don't remember exactly how it is, so we're going to be as surprised as I am with this. I play through a lot, and I do a lot of video games. It's hard to remember and pinpoint every single one. What I'd like to do is be able to talk about it as I'm filming, but I'm not that attentive, because I'll miss some of the bigger battles, some important things. So I'd rather just go through and edit, and then like, okay, I'll talk about that, I can talk about that, I can talk about that. This is important to the playthrough. That doesn't help either, the fact that you do Sky Attack and nothing happens. Alright, do Fly. Fly has been knocking out Jinx. Oh, it's not a one-hit knockout. I think I get close to doing another one and I get frozen. Oh man, so I level up in the middle of battle, which is fun, which completely eliminates the badge boost glitch. Fly, and I get the knockout. Finally, we get past freaking Lorelei. Then we face Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, but we face Bruno. Onyx. Double team. Set up that double team. And Sky Attack. What does Sky Attack do? It does maybe a third. Not that much. So we fly up. And we fly up again. And boom. We're just not going to do much damage. This is what we got to do. But also, Onyx isn't hitting us either. So that's kind of a good thing. And I'm pretty sure we one-hit knockout Hitmonchan. We one-hit Hitmonlee, I think. Yep, we hit Hitmonlee. We also... we don't one-hit knockout Onyx. We're not. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So I think with every other trainer other than Lorelei and the Elite Four and our champion, there's no luck. Like Lorelei is just luck. You need luck to beat her. That's basically the nicest way to put it. You need to have luck to make sure you beat her. She's trolly, and now we're out of Fly, so awesome. But we still get the knockout, so it's okay. Now we're moving on to Agatha, the Agatha Lottery, as J. Rose likes to call it, where she can paralyze you, she can confuse you, she can make you go to sleep, she can poison you. So there's a lot of options that she has to take you out of the game. So we opt to just go straight for the kill and not even set up the badge boost because you don't even want to risk it. I'm going to do one double team. So you're going to miss it. I'm going to do two double teams. Luckily, none of the effects were available yet, and and we get the knockout. So now we get Gengar back. The Gengar we were just working against. Now we fly up, and we come back down, and we knock out Gengar. The question is, did the badge boost give us enough to get knockouts across the board? We hit the Haunter knockout, so that was good. Did we get the Arbok knockout? It's 50%, so if we land another one, we should get a knockout good. So that's 3 knockouts. And now Gengar, is it one more knockout and we get a knockout? So good. We move on from Agatha. We get through Agatha in a one try with Bruno, one try with Agatha. Now we have to give the rare candy to Pidgeot. And what the rare candy does, it should prevent us from leveling up in the middle of battle. That's what the goal of it is it's supposed to help us not level up in the middle of the battle. I basically did not cut anything out of this playthrough, the Elite Four run. So like the last 20 minutes or 15 minutes have been me trying to beat Lorelei, and then once we get past Lorelei, it's the rest of it's that. But so double team or fly, I guess we're going more fly, and double team, the fly. It's almost a one-hit knockout. There we go, get the knockout. Dragonair. I think it's a two-hit, okay. Dragonair again. Do we just go for double edge or sky attack? We'll see how sky attack works. Sky attack's a one-hit. Like, sky attack's great if you hit. If you don't hit, though, and in this case, it doesn't do freaking anything. And I'm going to get confused and lose this, ain't I? Nope, okay. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. Another Hyper Potion. Awesome. And luckily, the only reason we're winning these is because of Double Team. If it wasn't for Double Team, we would not be winning any of these battles. Because Double Team makes it so our evasiveness goes up. Which means they can't hit us. So we get double edge. We don't take a lot of damage, which is good. So that gets us past lands. This is a first try victory. I'm not going to complain. But if you look at a lot of those are missed because of our evasiveness. Our ability to avoid getting hit is very very important in this playthrough right now. Because if we were getting hit, it wouldn't go over too well. We wouldn't be able to take a lot of damage, and we would probably have to get to level 70 something. So it's the only thing helping this run right now. I don't like to do that unless I'm desperate. So now we're at the champion. Champion, if I remember correctly, I don't think the champion's that hard. And the reason why I don't think the champion's that hard is because we actually set up pretty well against Pidgeot. And he can't do much to us anyway. Why he keeps Whirlwind, I have no idea. It's just the dumbest move ever. And, okay, we get the knockout. So we have a decent amount of health left. Alakazam. Is Alakazam a one-hit? That's the question right now. It's a one-hit. Good. That's 2 knockouts. Rhydon. Sky Attack. Nothing's going to come easy. I really hate the fact that Sky Attack takes 2 turns. I hate the fact that a lot of Pidgeot's moves take 2 turns. So Razor Wind is not bad, but Razor Wind is 2 turns as well. And you get to get hit during that. So like the 3 best moves, physically attack moves that you can get with Pidgeot take 2 turns to do. Sky Attack, Fly, and Razor Wind. And all 3 of them take 2 turns to do. It's just annoying, especially in a playthrough when you're timed. Alright, so now we're at Blastoise. Blastoise, half damage. We get half damage done is Blizzard. Ooh, Blizzard's close. So if we miss another one, it could be lights out. But we get the knockout. We finally beat our rival. This is going to show that it's a sub 2 hour run. It's not. It's over 2 hours. It is over 2 hours. There's some significant time on the clock where the clock was paused because I was messing with the stuff in the computers, trying to get TMs out and sell stuff or whatever. So it's going to come up as a sub 2 hour run, but it's definitely over 2 hours. But can't complain. We end up getting the win, level 65, and I'm going to pause that right where it's at. So what are my overall thoughts on Pidgey? Well, my opinions on Pidgey hasn't changed. I don't like Pidgey. It's not one of my favorites. I don't hate the bird or anything. I hate the fact your rival has it, and it has Sand Attack all the freaking time. It's horrible. 1 hour and 56 minutes. That seems about right, I guess. Divide that by 4. It's just under 2 hours, which is what this was. So I guess you could say it was a sub 2 hour run. We were playing at 4 times speed, so if it's at 8 hours exactly, that means divided by 4 would be 2 hours exactly. So it's just under 2 hours. My thoughts is Pidgey's not. It's not that Pidgey's bad. It's just Pidgey. You can't rely on Pidgey to be the one thing. You can't rely on him to be that one thing. He has very, very low one-hit knockout ability, except with Fly, I mean. And it's dumb that Fly is your best move. It's an HM. It should not be your best move. It should not be the best, most reliable, most effective move you have. Again, if I played through again, I probably would make subtle changes. Like I use Swift. I'd have got Swift the minute it was available. But there's not a lot of other changes you can do. I don't regret going with Double Team, because if I didn't go with Double Team, I'd have to leave there and go and grind and train in Victory Road. So it was a means to an end. I can either do that. There's also the possibility you could use Mimic. But Mimic, I don't think Mimic's going to give you that much more stuff. I don't think it's going to give you that much more of an oomph, where nothing you can do really would make the Elite Four easy. So, for example, Lorelei, you got to get through Lorelei. And getting through Lorelei, it takes luck, and it takes like the right amount of double team setup so you can't get hit. It takes a lot of grinding. You use up a lot of I used up all my power points fighting Lorelei, where I got the Lapras, couldn't use Fly. So it's a lot. It's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of things that would have to go right for you if I was trying to play this again and get this run to be more optimal and be a little bit better. I would probably make sure I level up a little bit higher. I would get a couple extra levels. I might get Swift. That would be a change I would make. Swift to be a little more reliable than some moves. Wouldn't be a high damage move, but it'd be a more reliable move. But that's my video. I will give after I play through Spearow, I will give my analysis. Oh, actually, I'm gonna wait for Spearow and Dugtrio. And I guess Farfetch. Shoot. So I guess I won't be doing analysis of this for a while, because Farfetch is really down the list when it comes to playing through. If you haven't noticed, I have been playing through in order as they are online. So Pokemon 1 through 151, I'm playing through in order. And the next playthrough was Rattata. Now I'll give you a little teaser. I have already played through and beaten it with Rattata. If I look to my right on my second computer monitor, it is open with the program I use to edit my videos. So I'm literally in that phase of doing this video, and I will say that the Raticate video was much more enjoyable than the Pidgeotto video. I guess of the last three I've done, Butterfree, Beedrill, and Pidgeot, who do I think was the best? Well, getting through the first gym, it was Pidgey and Pidgeotto. Once you get through the first gym, what's the time? We got through the first gym in exactly 20 minutes with Pidgey. So you're looking at an hour and 37 minutes to get through the rest of the game. If I'm looking at it through Butterfree, Butterfree took a lot of time. He got through with 25 minutes, and then he ended up getting a 2 hour and 13 minute time. So he took a decent amount of time. And then Beedrill I think is the best. He just has to get Twin Needle to get through the first gym. I think there's a way, but he has to get Twin Needle. So I do want to thank everyone for watching. This has been JD's NerdVerse. Check out my other videos and check me out on Instagram and YouTube. It's Instagram. I'm not YouTube. Yeah, we'll do it on YouTube too. And Instagram and Twitter. Twitter, it's JD's NerdVerse, and Instagram is JD's _nerd_verse. Thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good one. See you.